What up, y'all? What it do? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thanks for stopping through to my channels in Mother's Garden. This is going to be our daily reading. If you missed the weekly reading, it was actually posted earlier today. I'm going to post these videos this week on the same day. The Thursday reading will always have a reading standing by itself. Wednesday will be weekly readings, and then Friday will be a weekend reading. Monday and Tuesday will have daily standing readings on their own, unless any of those standing days are ones that fall on new or full moon readings. Then we will work accordingly with those energies. Great Spirit, Mother Creator, bless this earth through my life. Source of all nourishment, we seek to replenish your sacred world. Guide us now through these images, words, and feelings within as we reach into the wholeness. Let all that is needed be known. Welcome energies of earth, air, fire, and water. Let us create a life of beauty, reverence, and wonder. With each season, let us rejoice. Through every phase of sun and moon, let us be in harmony. Every direction shall we offer our love. So I'm going to be using the Gilded Tarot. So we're first going to pull a couple oracle cards from the Earth Magic and the Archangel Oracle decks. Two each, please, for December 2nd. 2022. Oh, wow. So, as I was meditating on the energy for today, I did ask if there were any words, and I did write them down, that needed to be discussed or topics that were going to come up in this reading. And those words were peace, waves, resilience, and happy thoughts. It is not trying to give me another card. The thing about the wind being the first thing that came out, when I heard waves, I also heard the wind blowing. And I did not know how windy it got in the desert. And the wind in the desert, like they literally saying, take a card. The wind in the desert sounds like ocean waves. So, not surprised that came out. The other card is Green Man and Synergy from the Earth Magic deck. And we're going to see what Archangel Oracle cards come out. Have any questions about the decks that I use, please comment them down below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you. And from this deck, we have Spiritual Understanding, Archangel Raziel. I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths and creative writing. Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal, a pen, an article, or a book. So during our weekly reading, I kept saying the word scripting and to write out your plan of action and to stick to whatever that plan is that you create. Take and shoot your shot and let your arrow fly, knowing that it's going to hit your target. So it seems to me that creative writing should be a tool that is used this week in order to enforce whatever action it is that you have decided to take for yourself this week. So that being said, also another card that came up in that deck was a card that reminded us to embody enjoyment while you are waiting on your path, and also the Hermit card for that deck, which meant to learn and to lead. I'm bringing you esoteric information from symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. And I feel like when you are still, you're going to be getting that guidance where you're going to learn and learn what it is necessary for you to lead. The wind is activation. It's just like when they say that that breath is blown into your lungs, into the body. Every morning you're waking up and you activating your body with breath. That's what we want you this week and today to take time on blowing your breath into whatever it is that you are creating. So it's time for you to manifest from beginning to end. Have the thought, create the vision so that your manifestation can come into fruition. And then we had the green man and synergy and the green man. The last card on the weekly reading was a earth card that showed that everything that you're planting is gonna grow, right, into from a seed to a plant. You're going to be able to see the growth. So just being the green man, this is a whole lot of growth. This is a whole lot of things that you are going to learn about yourself, about your manifestations. So this is, keep your eye on the prize, grow your garden, be Mrs. Mary, quite contrary, and learn how your garden grows, though. This is the week for you to learn yourself. So today you are learning what methods work best for you to develop what it is that you want to bring in to this world. So we're going to grab 3 cards from Gilded. And be at peace with your past. When I see this word peace that they gave to me, and be resilient. It's going to require some resilience. Again, one of the messages for this week was to move in silence. So you don't have to have as much resilience if you aren't telling a whole bunch of people about what your plans are. If they don't know your plans, then they can't doubt your plans. But you also don't want to be, is that 3 cards? I keep getting 4. Your biggest enemy either, and be second guessing, or again, as we talked, changing your plans while they are under course of action. I'm going to get one more card. Also heard happy thoughts. So make sure you are thinking happy thoughts, how you're going to feel when this course of action completes itself, how proud of yourself that you are for even getting started. Just always make sure that you are keeping happy thoughts while you're going through this process. So we have the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. I feel like mostly the energy that is beheld by the person receiving this message is the King of Cups. This person is looking out for full fulfillment. And in the other reading, the Ego card came up for this week, and it was telling us to not, allow our ego to take too much control, but also he was told to love freely. So the King of Cups is one who loves freely, who knows himself, has well-balanced emotions, doesn't let his thoughts get him too lost in the waters and overthink things. So you're going to definitely have to enact that King of Cups by using this Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands, this is the fire starter, getting things going and getting things into action. And then there was a guide. There might be someone who's going to give you some information or tell you some information. You might have been waiting for some information to come in before you can actually move and do the things that you need to do. But you're going to be making these moves too wholeheartedly. And when I say that, there might be some people who are affected by the moves that you're getting ready to make. And you're not trying to be mean. You're not trying to hurt anyone. You're not trying to do anything of that nature. You're just doing what's best for you and whoever else in this world that you're responsible for. And I will say that maybe possibly you've been sitting back a lot and allowing a lot of things to happen But now you feel like, no, I'm going to control more so of what's happening in my life without trying to over control it. So where that arrow is being shot towards your target, yes, you're going to let it fly once you release it, but you're going to decide when to release it, how to release it, what you're releasing it towards. Like, you have an end goal, but again, like we talked about in the weekly reading, we're not going to stifle what can happen by putting too much control over it. So we definitely have the same types of energies showing up, which it should be, because this is within that week. But Green Man having come out kind of leads me to believe that it's possible that you might be seeing fruits of your labors even sooner than you thought. And with that spiritual understanding, the symbols that help you understand your spiritual truth, it's going to help you understand that just how powerful you are, how quickly you get things manifested, and how, you know, when you set your mind to do something, that it literally is done, especially if you script with a date written. Underneath the bottom of the deck right now, we have the Knight of Cups. So there could be someone of water sign or someone who's just very emotional or enthusiastic, who is going to come in and help you with this, or just you staying in that high, blissful, happy thoughts state of mind is going to help push you forward and get you to your goals faster. I really see for some of you guys that there's going to be something that actually develops today that comes into fruition that you either stated or said was going to happen on this day, and you're going to sort of be mesmerized by your own power. And wow, like, I said that and it happened. We have the Six of Swords that is emphasizing the Ace of Swords, excuse me. We had the Wheel of Fortune emphasizing the King of Cups, and the Five of Swords emphasizing the Knight of Wands. So we have a lot of swords energy, a lot of communication energy. So for those of you who are in business, you might be talking a lot of people to get your plan of action taking course. This Six of Swords in this deck, she's in the boat and she's got all her swords in the boat and she's going somewhere else. So some of you might be moving, or you might be going on to greener pastures, you know, like getting away from where things may not have been as fertile for you, and going somewhere where there's more lush activity in order for you to plant your seeds to get them to grow. I'm seeing that for some of you, though, that this is old talks about you, who you were, how you acted, what people thought of you. And it's like she's leaving in the night and she's taking away all of that energy somewhere, almost to lock it up and lock it away, because it doesn't have any value in today's world. It doesn't have any value in tomorrow's world. And because we are not living in the past, we're not worried about anything negative that was said. The only thing that we want to hear is the stuff that's going to help us move forward. And also part of this is how you are talking to yourself. Are you used to saying things that beat yourself down? This opportunity that you're going through today and this week is going to allow you to speak highly of yourself and throw away all those old thoughts and things that people used to have to say. If they said bad things about you, which I don't know any one person in this world who hasn't had something bad said about them. However, we also learned in this week's reading that your actions and your words are going to be more in balance, so that the things that are coming out of your mouth and the way that you're moving is going to be seen in its true intent. So that could start for you today as well. The Wheel of Fortune is just here on the King of Cups, which I said I believe is the energy of the person who's receiving this reading today. So this is just the world being yours. And how much easier can you understand that the world is yours by when you set out to do something? Some people are going to set out to do some things that they think like this about in the beginning. I know it's a big task and I'm setting up something that's huge. They're going to have that kind of, if you fall amongst the stars type of thing, when you reach for the moon type energy, thought process going on, but they really going to get to the moon and they're going to be baffled. Like, I straight up got to the moon. And then for those of you who it's only taking this one day to get to the moon, like, that's just such strength and self-actualization in regard to your power. So know that the world is yours. Think big, don't think small. Don't think about, well, let me try and take this tiny step first. What's the big step? What's the big step? And then make the tiny steps be part of the big step instead of a tiny step being an actual goal. Make it be parts of the goal so that the goal is broken down maybe. And for some of y'all, you're going to realize it didn't even take all of those steps. And then we have here the Five of Swords. Again, we talked about sometimes having to do things that affect other people. And while you're over here feeling like the victor, they're going to feel like they lost. But it ain't about them. This is individually about you. So if people's feelings have to be hurt or whatever, maybe they won't be hurt forever. Maybe they will. That's not something that you can be worried about at this personal time. You are going to have to do what's best for you in the best way that you can do it for you. Taking, yes, people into consideration, but not allowing their, what's the word I'm looking for? Their needs to go ahead of your needs. And because that is on the Knight of Wands, maybe not hurting these people and not coming across and making it seem as though you're doing something without thinking about them has been a fear that you're now letting go of and saying, well, I just got to do what I got to do. It's time, and it is what it is. So I really hope that they can see that I'm not acting out of spite or anything negative, but this is what I got to do. And make sure that you're not. Make sure that you're leading with your heart, that you're moving with your honesty. If there's something that you really should be divulging to someone, not necessarily your plan, but hey, I'm getting ready to do this. I know it's going to affect you in this manner. Sorry, but it's what I need to do. Then, you know, be honest and go ahead and let that information come out. So underneath the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you, this might seem like a monetary setback. This might seem like, you know, something that is hurting you in your pocket. And I'm hearing it takes money to make money. And that's where also you're going to need to keep happy thoughts and be resilient. You're going to have to keep your eye on the prize and the end goal while taking the actions that are within the vision to get to the end goal. So you're going to have to stay focused on the task at hand. Again, activate your body so that your mind's not doing so much wandering. And foreseeing, again, the Ace of Swords, and the Six of Swords is the Ten of Wands. So you've been carrying around a burden for a very, very long time. Again, it could be these people that you didn't want to let down that were burdening you. It could be the burden of the words or the thoughts or the things that you thought people were saying or feeling about you. But all of that is over now. You're at the end of that road. You're going to be able to be freed from whatever so heavily weighed on your back. Just make sure that, you know, all the actions that you are taking to remove these are for, you know, the greater good. As long as you are focused on the greater good, and that is going to be individual for everybody, then you won't make a decision that is wrong. Here we got the Five of Cups with these Two of Cups here. And this is on top of the King of Cups. and the Wheel of Fortune. And this is regard to someone who is sad because all of this spilled milk and then not seeing these opportunities behind them. And I feel like there's probably been a lot of hard work put into whatever you are shooting your shot at right now. Maybe you tried to do it before and it didn't work. Maybe you tried to do it before multiple times and it didn't work. It looks here that these cups are empty. So whatever you were putting out, maybe it just wasn't returning to you with fulfillment. Even though you didn't feel like it was bad or anything like that, it just wasn't fulfilling. But you're not seeing that there's these cups of opportunity here behind you. So if you got the Wheel of Fortune with these cups of opportunity, what's good and gold about these cups is there's only two of them. There's three of these, right? So even all of these multiple opportunities where there was more are not going to be fulfilling you like these two that you have yet to discover, or these two that you have yet to awaken yourself to. So part of this, again, is awakening to your own power, the power that you need to use for yourself and those who you are responsible for to create the things that you want to have coming into your life, and not putting so much energy into other people or things outside of yourself. And then the star is reflecting upon the Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords. So whatever it is that you're going to take action to, again, here, you being the star, you coming out winning, victorious, and there's going to be some people who possibly feel like the losers in this. But again, that's not your worry. It's their job for themselves to get them to come out winning in their own situations. Nothing that you're doing is going to be neglectful, hurtful, shameful, any of those types of things. So activate your star power. Be in your star state of mind. Number one, this is what you're going for. You're not shooting your shot to, fall amongst the stars. You are shooting for the moon. And so the moon in the sky is going to light it up far more than any of the stars, right? However, there's that big, huge star that shines brighter than any other. And that's just the way it is. And this is how it is here, just shining brighter than any other. They don't even necessarily have to be taking losses. It's just that they're not shining in your arena. If this is your arena, this is your time to play. This is where you are going to find your greatness. And it's time for that. I feel like people who are receiving this reading probably have made life great for a lot of other people, and it's time for them to make life great for themselves. Grow your own garden, be your own person. So we're going to take a couple oracle cards. We're going to look here at the Heal Yourself Oracle deck and see if there is anything that you might need to heal yourself from in order to make it through this day. If you decide it's something you need to carry out through the week, then by all means do that. And then we'll use the Kuan Yin Oracle guidance to kind of oversee the whole reading, bring everything together, and we'll look at some affirmations. The card that we are pulling from the Heal Yourself deck is Unleash Your Creativity. So there's something that a lot of you have been waiting to bring into this world. You have this awesome creative spirit. You're different. Look at how different she is. And then she's there with the figure that almost looks like, what is it, R2D2 3CPO, one of them. So like almost an AI intelligence. And you may not have been using it. People might have thought it was weird. People might have thought you were too different, and it made you feel even the same way about yourself. But it's time to step into your creativity, allow it to work for you, and to help you grow into your full potential. Your creative talents and abilities are your most powerful assets. Allow your imagination to roam without limits and access new ideas without judging them. So again, we're not going to sit up there and dwell and think about it. We're just going to let it go and let it flow. Shoot that arrow and let it hit that target. It's time for you to be innovative and birth unique creations. If you are feeling stuck, get up and move. Try new things, meet new people, read books, paint, etc. Concentrate on the area of your life where you need to be creative. Are you a great singer who needs to share your talents with others? Do you have an affinity with gardening? There we go with that garden again. Can you tell powerful stories? Are you technically minded? Can you whip up amazing meals? What is your special flavor of creativity? Whatever it is, give yourself permission and the time to be inventive. The more creative you allow yourself to be, the more fulfilled you are going to feel. So yeah, this is all about self-fulfillment, and not in an arrogant, egotistical manner. Just allowing yourself to know thyself, what you're capable of, and learn how you create, what you create, that allows your creations to come to life quickly and easily, because that's something that we all need to know. Shouldn't be working hard for what is a natural gift to make something come into fruition. That should just be like easy. But we've been so disconnected from those things, that, or taunted or told that they were wrong or not good enough, that we have been neglecting them. And so it's time now to nurture them. She tames by laying down the staff and rope. So when I hear that, I'm hearing the part laying down the staff and the rope, because the shepherd is the one who has the staff. The shepherd is the one guiding the sheep and all that. And you know, I can't be carrying all of y'all no more. Like, y'all probably literally have become dead weight, and it's really like talking to the sheep, and all I'm hearing is baa, baa, baa. Like, I can't keep going on like this. So I'm gonna cut the rope that's got me anchored to this, you know, tree that is got me stuck, or these ropes that are wrapped around these concrete boots that have me just where I can't move. It's time for me to free myself. And unfortunately, part of freeing myself is letting y'all go and figure out your own way on your own. Because I could have been way up here, down the road, down over the mountain, through the hill, all of that good stuff already. But because I've been trying to get y'all to come with me, or trying to teach y'all, don't want y'all to be left behind, I've been stuck. And no more of that. Let's see. 42. My ways prevail. I subjugate the lower to the higher without any force. Through my ways, correct alignment to the higher divine order is established. My authority is supreme, yet I've no need to enforce. Devotion to me is absolute, yet I bestow freedom. I show you now the whispering way to tame great force. I initiate you into the way of strength without coercion, the way of attraction without demand. Follow me and learn the art of feminine power, and fear shall always succumb to lead. So as I was reading that, I was hearing, okay, this is definitely a feminine energy, where it's saying, you know, to not work hard, work smart, to use your natural skills and your natural talents to allow things to flow into your life the way that they are supposed to. There's something that you want to attain. A situation exists that you want to change. You have been attempting to bring it about through the exertion of your will. Now there is a time and place for such approaches. However, this ain't one, okay? The strength of human will should never be underestimated. Your will, your way. Let's say that again. It's my will, therefore it's my way. It's my will, therefore it's my way. Yet there is another way, a gentler, more peaceful way, which will evoke little resistance within you and will help you attract what you want, rather than you having to carve it out of your own blood, sweat, and tears. This is the taming power, the magnetic lure of attraction that can tame even beyond the capacity of the will. So wow, you're gonna evoke, this is my will, so this is my way. But the way is what's going to get everything to work in your will, if that makes sense. So when I was saying it's my will, therefore it's my way, I actually meant the will of my mind. My mind being the driving force. This is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm focusing on, so this is going to happen. But the way that you go about it, like it is saying in this card, doesn't have to be so tedious. What you want is possible, but the way you may be thinking it has to come about is doing you a disservice. Okay, so maybe my will is over forcing the way. Like the force is too strong. I'm in too much control. That's why in the weekly reading, the person who shot the arrow was blindfolded. Blindfold yourself and see what comes to you. Who's bringing the arrow back to you? Or what do you hit when you just put your arrow out there knowing that it's going to hit what it's supposed to hit without, saying, oh no, it's going off course. Let me take some wind and blow it that way. I'm seeing something that people do. It's like it's some kind of sports game where they throw an object out towards a target, and then if it's going off course, they're able to take and push like the wind to make it go back over on its course. Like you don't have to do that. It's almost like this is bowling. There are the pins. Here's the ball. Here you are. Throw the ball and know that it's going to strike. Like go up there blindfolded, knowing you're not going to step over the foul line. You're going to take the steps that you've trained yourself to take. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw. And you're going to hit right there in that pocket between that head pin and that second pin. And you're going to get a strike because you have trained your body to move in a certain way. And there's nothing else. Like Michael Jackson could moonwalk blindfolded. We've seen them in the dunk contest dunk blindfolded. You have to trust yourself and your abilities and know that you trained yourself up in the manner that's necessary in order for this to happen without you to continue to keep putting work in on it. When you let go of pushing and striving, there's less resistance created, and the situation at hand can naturally begin to resolve itself. Stay strong and true to yourself and your wishes, but trust that they can manifest more quickly when you come from a place of trust in the divine plan. So, again, we are learning to trust our instincts, our capabilities, our knowledge. Trust everything that's made you who you are today so that you don't have to be worried about where the arrow is going. And then just know that the possibility of where the arrow might land is so much greater than you think it can be. But at least what you're expecting it to do, it's going to do, right? So it could do so much more than that, but it's going to at least do what you're expecting it to do. Any more affirmations for today? All right. Got 2 sets of affirmations. They are using your throat chakra. So for some of you, this is going to be speaking up, speaking your truth, activating your throat chakra. I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. And that's the big thing about speaking your truth. You ain't trying to shut nobody up. You're not trying to make it to where nobody else is not heard or not seen. But your truth is valuable and it's going to be heard as well. So the affirmation is, I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. And the other affirmation that came out is from Archangel Michael. I'm grateful for the strength and courage Archangel Michael brings to my life. Now, I just said Michael Jackson, and, blindfolded. And I'm thinking maybe that might have been Michael Jordan, but I didn't remember. All the number ones, right, was the Michaels. If you go Michael something, you going to the number 1. So this is saying that activated that their activation of the star energy is going to occur, and you're going to be active in your Michael like energy. So I'm grateful for the strength and courage Archangel Michael brings to my life. Again, the affirmation is, I am grateful for the strength and courage Archangel, I cannot get that today, Archangel Michael brings into my life. So we want to embody strength and courage and speak your truth, unleash your creativity. It's a lot going on today, but I would suggest that some of you sit down and scribe what you are grateful of up until this point, and then what you are grateful for in the future, that you had strength and the courage to do what, so that it brought what into your life, and that you spoke up. And you know, a lot of people through speaking up will find out that other people are thinking the same thing that they are. So you might also be speaking somebody else's truth. But just as long as you spoke your truth and you stand by your truth, then it doesn't matter. Thank you for allowing me to unleash my creativity, be myself, express myself, and then thank you for allowing it to not take a whole bunch of effort. I got to lay down my staff and my rope. Got to lay down everything that was making it heavy, everything that was making it take long, everything that made it seem like it was far away from me. And now I'm close to it. I'm right here. I already got it. So remember that you already have it. And that the only reason why it hasn't already manifested is because you haven't recognized that it's there. Thank you for blowing wind into my body, allowing me to activate all of the necessary energies to become this green man with my garden growing. There's tons of affirmation that you can speak into this. And again, make sure that you take that time out for being creative, whether it is the writing, the scripting. Do something today that's going to be creative. Paint, and those types of things also are going to bring that peace in. So again, this is December 2nd. Tomorrow's reading is going to be a weekend reading. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for notification on that. I am Miss Indigo Blue, and I'm going to leave you here with my mantra today, which is, when it gets hectic, don't forget, I've got it, you've got it, we've got it, the power, and you can do anything and everything you set your mind to with your power, may it be for your greatest good or your greatest other. I'm Miss Indigo Blue, and I'll see you here again next time. Ciao.